it was always going to be a battle, and you came through it.
We did, yeah. It was. I thought it was a fantastic game, actually. You know, in difficult conditions, and the pitch has played great, to be fair, but it was heavy as the game went on. And I thought both teams left it out there on the pitch. I think they've all come in now and dragged their bodies in, and they'll be looking forward to a rest tonight. But obviously, with both teams, we've got to get back to it on Saturday, so which is tough. But I thought we were great throughout the game tonight, and. For the first time tonight, I got it wrong and changed it when I shouldn't have done. And I've apologised to the players for that, because I think when I changed it, I put us under too much pressure, and they got the goal, and it gave them a little bit of a, put them in the ascendancy a little bit. So I held my hand up and told them that I got it wrong and apologised, but they got me out of it tonight. So for credit to them, they've got me out of a sticky situation.
It was a very good game, as you say, on a difficult pitch. I mean, the ground staff were on here for an hour and a half before trying to get rid of it.
Well, we saw a cloud coming over just before kick-off, and it was like, dear, if that comes over and opens itself up, it could be off again. But fortunately, it wasn't too heavy, and they've worked hard here. And like I said, they've been great hosts here. They've looked after us well so far, and like I said, it was just a fantastic game and a great atmosphere. And like I said, I'm just glad that we got through it in the end and kept ourselves in front.
Very cool finish from Rob Purdy for your first goal.
Yeah, fantastic goal actually. I mean, a great move to lead up to the goal. And people won't talk what they'll say about the finish, but if you actually go back a few passes, when Pablo got slipped clean through, it was a fantastic little move. Pablo's got himself free, probably just overstretched a little bit, but fortunately for me, because someone said he should have dived in, but I think if he'd have dived in, I think he would have given a foul. But he's just reached for it, deflected off the keeper. Purge was following it up perfectly. There's a great connection. That's the one thing he had to do, is make sure he got a good connection on it. And it's a great finish.
But then you got almost the perfect start of the second half. It wasn't too long into the second half. You were 2 up.
Yeah, a good corner. But we've always moaned about having not enough bodies in and around the box, in and around the keeper. But this time, Jimmy's managed to get his head on it, and I think Pablo managed to hook it over his shoulder and put it in. So, like I said, it was a nice cushion to have. And that was when they changed it, and I changed it, and I got it wrong. So, like I said, otherwise, I think if we'd have stayed as we were, we may have just kept the ascendancy a little bit longer than we did. But we didn't, and they got the goal back. And then, Sid should have scored. Sid should have put us 3-0 up. But unfortunately he didn't hit the target, and I think if he'd have just hit the target it would have gone in. But it was, again, another great move, and we were in the ascendancy, but then we changed it and it didn't quite work, and like I said, they got the goal back, and then it was always going to be a battle. But like I said, the players were fantastic again tonight, and they've dug in and got me out of a hole, and then obviously Martin pulled off a save right at the end.
You mentioned changing it. Part of that presumably because a lot of them have had a lot of football lately. You wanted to freshen it up a bit.
It was more for the fact that because they were bringing on more forwards, because obviously they didn't want to lose the game, so they brought on more forwards, and we then needed to make sure we could cope with that. And again, no disrespect, but Sid and Moose are not the most defensive-minded players, so we needed to change it. So we changed it. What we did do was we changed the shape, and we probably shouldn't have changed the shape. We went quite narrow, and obviously the lad then who scored the goal came on and was playing quite wide, and obviously he caused us problems because he had 1 or 2 chances to square it across the goal, and so we changed it again quickly after that, and we were a bit more balanced. But by then it was a little bit late because they were on top again. But like I said, we soldiered on and got through it, and like I said, I thought the players defended fantastically towards the end there, and like I said, saw it through and managed to get us over the line.
What about Martin Hillsell and the penalty save?
Again, I don't know where someone said he's hit it straight down the middle, and Martin's managed to stand up and get his knee to it or leg to it or whatever. So, listen, it's not an easy situation taking a penalty, and it doesn't matter what level you play at. When there's a crowd here and you can practice all week, when you step up to take one, I've been there, and it's not easy. It's not as easy as it looks. I know that probably playing in the back of his mind was a problem they've had with penalties this year so far. By the sounds of it, they've missed quite a few.
He missed 10, I think.
Yeah, well, like I said, but listen, Martin's come up with the goods and saved us in a crucial time of the game. That gave us a little bit of a lift, and we managed, like I said, to see it through.
We said before this game, well, you told us before this game, it's not going to make or break anything, but psychologically, it's a nice one to have.
Psychologically for us, yes. For them, not so. Psychologically, that may put them on the back foot a little bit, and they may think, well, that's us. Listen, they're 1 point behind with 8 games to go, 7 games to go, whatever it is. So there's no way this is over yet, and I've said that all along. So yes, it gives. But like I said to the boys in there now, is all of this run we've been on again, and we're coming here tonight and winning counts for nothing if we don't get another result on Saturday. And it's going to be another tough game on Saturday at home to Brockton, because for me they've been one of the most improved teams throughout the season. I know they had a sticky result on Tuesday, but even so, they're going to come to us and they're going to be ready for a game, and we've got to make sure we have players on the pitch who are ready to do the same thing again.
You're at the top now. Well, you've been there to be shot at all season, really, haven't you? But now you're top of the league, even more so, perhaps.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, the expectation level here has been, and not from me or the board, but certainly the supporters and everybody outside, because of the size of the club and the sport. Everyone thinks we should walk it, so we're always there to be shot at anyway. In every game we play has been everyone's cup final. In every game we've played, I don't think we've played any teams that have gone through the motions. Every team has gone for it. We didn't expect anything different tonight, because that's why this team won the league 2 years ago with a different club, is because they want to win. And they're a good side and they're well organised. But yeah, listen, we're delighted to be there with 6-7 games to go now. But we do know that we've got so many games coming up. It's going to be hard work to keep them going. But psychologically, that should be the nice tonic tonight, is to keep them going through the next couple of weeks.
99% of the fans were terrific tonight. It's a shame that it was marred by something going on the far side, your side of the pitch. You probably had a better view than we did of that, to be fair.
Well, I didn't see it. You could see the scuffling, but there was a lot of people in front of us. Like I said before, there's always a small minority, and if they're Hereford fans that have started it, I'm disappointed, because they're tarnishing what we're doing on the pitch, what the club and board of directors are doing off the pitch, and what the Royal supporters have done every week by following us home and away in massive numbers. And they're tarnishing that now, because that's just not acceptable. And I don't want that part of the club to be, and if we find out they are Hereford fans, then the club need to act as strongly as they can, because we don't want them here. I don't want them here. It ruins all the work that my players have put into this season. People will go away and say, I'd like to think they'll go away saying, what a fantastic game, 2 great sides, they've left it out there on the pitch. But I've got a funny feeling there'll be a lot of talk about what happened over on the far side, which takes away the credit from the 22 players or 28 players that have played, 26 players that have played tonight, and put on, for me, a fantastic performance from both sides.
Well, it shouldn't take the gloss off. It was a great game. It takes 2 sides to make a good game.
Fantastic game. Like I said, really enjoyed the game. Obviously, nerves before the game because it's the top 2. But like I said before, win, lose or draw, there's no way this wasn't going to be the be-all and end-all of it. It's important that we want to win every game, as do they, as do everybody. So it was never going to be over. But I'm glad the game's done. I'm glad we've won it. I'm glad we've come out on top. And now we move on to the next one.
Pete, well done. Thanks for your time.
No worries.